Hey y'all, so you have reached Level Up with Janet E on YouTube. We are back in the house. Actually, we're not in the house, we're in my car, but either way, we are out and about. It is a beautiful day in the city of Atlanta, and I hope you have a beautiful day as well today. All right, so we have passed the first 3 months of 2022. We already passed Easter, which was last Sunday. I hope you had a great and wonderful, blessed Easter. And now we're moving into the spring. So as we start moving into the spring, what I want to explore with you today is, are you moving forward in your planning for 2022? Are you still focused, still centered focus on what you have planned for 2022? If not, you want to stick around because we'll be able to talk about how you can get back refocused. Okay? See you soon. Okay, hey y'all. So we are back again. So we are on an important topic today, which is about making sure that we stay focused on our goals for 2022. So at the beginning of the year in 2022, which I already knew was going to be a powerful year, we talked about making sure that you stay focused, making sure that you're not only focused on what your goal is, but being able to persevere through to where you're seeing the other side of that goal fruition. Okay, but sometimes we get stagnant, sometimes things happen. So as we go from winter to spring into a new season, I also want you to be able to move into that new season and retain your focus for the year. Even if you've been kind of just all over the place, how do we retain that focus? All right, so the first step is, let's get down to the foundation. The first step is, and I'm in a parking lot here, so I'm looking around. So anyway, the first step is make sure that you have a plan or a goal, because a lot of times what we will do, and this is kind of, New Year's, resolutions. I'm going to make sure that I put something in place. I'm going to go to the gym every week, or I'm going to, go to, pick up a book and read a book once a week. Okay, and then that easily falls off. So make sure your plan is working for you, which means that it's going to fit into your lifestyle. It is realistic and it makes sense. So, right now, if I'm trying to, do 10,000, read 10,000 books, I'm not going to be able to do that right now. I'll be able to focus on the Bible and then my books for school, and that's it. I'm not going to try to recreate the wheel and burn myself out. So the number one thing you don't want to do is, when you're doing a goal, is burn yourself out so much that you don't finish the goal. Now, obviously, a goal is something that's going to make you uncomfortable, going to stretch you. So that's going to bring you to a level of uncomfortability that comes with goal setting, because if you're not growing in that goal, then you're not really pushing yourself, you're not stretching yourself. So the number one thing we want to do is make sure that we are stretching ourselves when we are pushing those goals and making up those goals and planning those goals. We don't want to stay stagnant, stay the same. We want to grow each year. But on the other side, you don't want to burn yourself out. So as you're planning your goal, you're setting not only realistic expectations in terms of what you can do, but also your time commitment, and then also how much you can prioritize that goal into your life around other things. So let's go into the next part of that, which is the other things. So are there any challenges, or are there any things that would maybe stop you from being able to fulfill that goal in 2022? And if so, is this a time now to reassess that goal, and not so much get rid of it, but just reassess that goal and say, okay, maybe I need to have a longer timeline for it, or maybe I need to look at some things and reassess if I can do this whole thing now, or maybe I can put it off and do it 6 months from now when I have more time. Okay, so what are some of the things or challenges that may get in the way of us getting a goal accomplished? First and foremost is what I always talk about, which is distractions. Distractions are always, around. So whether you have day-to-day distractions of life, where you're going to work and traffic and everything else, or you have just ongoing distractions, and these are not so much bad distractions or bad things, but these are things that's going to maybe pull you away from being able to spend as much time on your goal as you want. So it could be family responsibilities, taking care of children. It could be also taking care of other loved ones, other dependents that are in the house, like a parent or a grandparent. It could be anywhere from increased work responsibility, where now you have, extra work that's being piled on. And I know that's a big thing even now, with everyone going back to work or going back to the workplace. The work is starting to pile up. That's happening for me too. So that can easily be a distraction. Also, if you think about other things that can get in the way of even, you being able to move forward, such as just having burnout, which I already spoke about, just going through a turbulent time like we did over these past 2 years, and then just wanting to woosah from that. And that may force you to kind of not focus on your goal as much as you want. And then just the normal things that will kind of get you off course, health issues, things like that. So these are all things that may be challenges and issues for you to be able to kind of move forward with your goal. But know that God sustains you. I always lean on the Bible for everything. So God's going to sustain you, and God's going to strengthen you through everything that you're going through. And what does that mean? That means that He's not going to forsake you as His child. So if there is something that He wants you to accomplish, He will have you to accomplish it. And sometimes it may not be in your time, in the way that you want to accomplish it, but if it's for you, it's for you. And I always say that, I always say it a couple times, but if it's for you, it's for you. So God's going to have you accomplish that goal. And once again, it may not be in your time span the way you want to, but it will come to fruition as long as you stay on the journey. So keep on building up that strength, keep on building up that fortitude, and understand that you are not alone as you're going through this goal process, through this journey. God is on your side. He's got you from the side. He's walking with you. He's got your back, and He's in your front protecting you. So He is all around you, being able to maintain you as you go through this process. All right, and the last thing I want to talk about in terms of goal setting, we spoke about planning the goal, and then also about any challenges that may come through as you're going through that goal. The other thing is maybe you need to reassess the goal. And once again, I spoke about that a little bit, but reassess just means looking at the goal realistically and understanding, okay, I may not be able to do this in 1 year. Maybe I need 2 years to do this. Or I don't have the resources right now in terms of money to be able to do this. God's going to supply all our needs, absolutely. But it's also, too, just making sure that you are orchestrating or building everything for success. So there's a verse in the Bible, in Job, actually talking about preparing and searching as you are building up something, or as you are quantifying something. And I'll put the verse number and scripture number on the YouTube. But basically it talks about making sure that we prepare and research as we're going through a goal. So it's not just about just going for it and I'm just going to go gung-ho and God's going to take care of the rest. God's going to meet you as you do the work. So you need to be able to do something on your side to show that you are committed, that you are looking at it only not only wisely, but looking at it as a child of God. That you're not going into it recklessly, but you're going into it astutely, knowing, using discernment, and knowing that this is what God has for me. This is my gifts, a part of my gifts and abilities that I want to continue to build up. And God's going to help me along the way. But I first need to be able to, gird myself up with prayer, with fasting, whatever you need to do. And then also be able to research and figure out what I need to do in order to make this goal successful. So, and as you do that, then God's going to move with you and help you with that. So I want you to be able to plan your goal, if you haven't already, in 2022. Remove those challenges, whatever they are, and if you can't remove them, then reassess your goal and figure out what is the next step to get to that goal. If it's not in 2022, then whatever time frame, okay? Because I want you to be successful and continue to level up, okay? All right, my level up lovelies, I will give you a little dance that we had, or a dance that we had for Easter. This past Easter, it was powerful, and it's actually Jacqueline Carr's birthday today. So, but I'm going to give you that dance to look at after this, and I hope you have a blessed and wonderful week as we continue to level up in 2022. All right, take care. Bye.
You got to come through.